Good afternoon, YouTube. This is a quick video just to show you how to avoid having to contaminate your silver when you're making colloidal silver. How to contaminate your silver when you've gone through a couple of batches in manufacture, or actually when you go through any batch of it, you end up at the end of the session with silver that looks like this. And what this is a build-up. You can see the silver above. There, the solid, this is pure sort of 999 silver bullion. And the reason I use bullion is because I make colloidal silver at 320 parts per million, so you can put more current through a bigger piece of silver basically, but the effect is still the same, that you end up with this. Now what this is a very I can describe it, it's like a film if you like, a very thin layer, a very even layer, as you can see, of silver oxide, which builds up on the anode through the electrolysis process. So you'd normally just clean this off. You can, a lot of people kind of use like an abrasive pad or copper, and you hear all sorts of things going on. But I'm going to just show you a quick way how you can clean your silver ready for the next session without doing any of that. And also, another little plus side to doing it this way is that you reverse that process that's occurred there, and that silver oxide will kind of revert back to silver metal, which means you're not scrubbing away your silver unnecessarily, because obviously it costs money. So this is the way we do it. It's called fire cleaning, and all you do is literally, and you'll be able to watch this, it's quite dramatic and it's quite quick, the process, but that's your silver oxide built up around over the silver as you produce as the cell goes through electrolysis. So what you do is light the gas, and what this is going to do is it's going to heat it up for a few seconds. Just going to hold that in a pair of pliers actually, because it gets pretty hot pretty quickly. Now just watch how quickly this restores the silver. No scrubbing, no touching, no contact at all actually. Pretty cool. So just going to pop that over the heat, and you can watch that literally as it warms up. You'll start to see it start to change colour. There it goes, getting lighter and lighter. So all that silver oxide is now just reversing back to silver metal. So you're not wasting anything, you're not touching the silver, you're not contaminating the silver. It's quite thick, obviously the bullion is quite thick, so it takes a minute or two, but you can still see it there quite easily. That's just the heat that's doing that. Normally you just want to get it up to a heat where it kind of goes just a little bit pinky in terms of temperature. It's nothing major, it's not a specific temperature, but just enough to reverse that process, clean it up, ready for the next session. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. It's pretty cool, pretty efficient. But the nice thing is that you know 100% sure that your silver remains pure. So that's pretty much done. Look at that. Ready for the next time. That was it before, that was it afterwards. It's got fire cleaning, stick it in a ceramic pot. I've got two. The reason I've got two is because I make quite, through the electrolysis process, I actually fire clean the anodes about every 30 minutes, because this build-up of silver oxide, well, I just like to try and keep the cell as pure as possible. And obviously if you've got silver oxide floating around in there, it can affect the turbidity a little bit. In other words, just the clarity of colloidal silver once you've finished it. That's just another word for cloudiness, really. You'll always get a tiny bit if you look through it through daylight, or hold colloidal silver up to the light. You will see a certain amount of turbidity, but honestly you can make this stuff so crystal clear, it's not even a joke. And this is just a way to help keep everything controlled. It's all about control, really. Make sure that everything's consistent, and you'll get consistent results every single time. So what I do is I just swap these out, because I don't want to. I've stopped this one. You can see it started to fracture. because obviously where I only had one, just on that top edge and that side, where I was literally doing this and then dumping it into cold water to quench it, so that I could then put it straight back in the cell. Obviously that's had an impact on the silver there. It doesn't impact on the purity or the quality, but it's just something that I wanted to avoid. There's another one starting there. So now I can let it cool down at its own speed, because I just flip one out, then the next one's cooling down, and then that's ready to put in, and I can actually speed it up a little bit because I don't have to do this and hold the cell up. I can literally just swap them out and then bring this back the next 30 minutes, do the same again, and you end up with that. So that's it, 2 fire cleaned anodes ready for next batch of production, which I'm just about to start. And just a quick way of cleaning your silver without having to do anything else. Speak to you later.